Hi, my name is Ryan Rugg, and the story I want to share with you today is a Native American folk tale. There are many varieties of this story, but as I did my research, the one thing that I did find that stayed the same was that the theme of the story, to stay humble and to not brag or be boastful. Anyway, the story that I would like to share with you today is How Chipmunk Got Its Stripes. The story is written by James and Joseph Barak. Again, I like to use this in my classroom a lot, not to just teach about character development, but also with younger children on the orientation of the sun. So here goes. Long ago, there was a chipmunk, and Chipmunk was all brown, and he loved sitting on the highest mountain, and he would sit perched on that mountain. And in the mornings, he'd watch the sun rise, and he'd watch it rise, and then he'd sit there all evening, and he would watch it set. It was Chipmunk's favorite thing to do. He'd watch that sun rise, and he'd watch that sun set. Every day, that happened. The sun rose, and the sun set. Well, Chipmunk, thinking that he was smarter and brighter and stronger up here than Bear, who was the most powerful animal in the forest. Chipmunk again thought that he would challenge Bear, and he would tell Bear that that sun would rise and nobody could stop it. So he scurried on down to the forest floor where the cave was and where Bear stood. And Bear was forging through the forest, and he saw Chipmunk, and he thought, "Why are you not scared of me?" And he lifted up a log and threw it, and Chipmunk sat there. "I am not afraid of you because I think that you can't stop the sun from rising." And Bear said, "Didn't you see me throw that log? I can." So the two sat there on the log that Bear had thrown and talked about how Bear talked about how he could stop the sun from rising. And Chipmunk would giggle, "Oh, Bear, I don't think you can. You are the most powerful, but maybe you can, Bear, because you are powerful." "Not wiser than I am, but more powerful," Chipmunk would say. So they sat there, and pretty soon, Chipmunk fell asleep. But Bear, he wouldn't fall asleep because he kept chanting, "The sun will not rise. The sun will not rise. Sun, you will not disobey me. You will not rise." And Chipmunk woke, and all of a sudden, the sun, it rose and went across the sky. And Bear got so angry at Chipmunk for fooling him and teasing him, he grabbed him and snatched him on the ground. "And how dare you fool me? How dare you make a fool of me?" he said to Chipmunk. And Chipmunk said, "Let me just apologize." Bear said, "You will apologize, and then you will be at my mercy, and I shall kill you." So Chipmunk said, "You've got to lift your paw up so I can talk." Bear lifted his paw up, and as soon as Bear lifted his paw up, Chipmunk ran, and Bear tried to grab him. And instead, he scratched his back. And today, that is how chipmunks have stripes. And remember, the moral of this story is not to brag and not to be boastful. Be humble. The end.